Hello friends, welcome to another Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations video on how inventory closing works for inventory model FIFO. In my earlier video, uh, we seen how inventory closing works for inventory model weighted average. Okay, where we used a set of transactions which I demonstrated in my earlier two videos last month. Uh, Related to inventory transactions like movement general, counting generals, and inventory adjustment generals, and then sales related packing slip and invoice transactions. Okay, so in this video, we will be looking at how FIFO inventory valuation method works in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations. Okay, so let's get started. My name is Gopal Thuru, and you are watching Let's Learn New Stuffs with Gopal Thurve. Okay, here you will learn a lot of things, core Microsoft Dynamic stuffs on this channel. So let's get started. So as we discussed in our last video, uh, this is the weighted average related transactions. So I have simply copied this into another sheet and remove the weighted average related workings from this sheet. Okay, so now uh, I told you in my last video, that is for inventory closing using weighted average valuation method, that we will see this in Excel itself. But what I have done is I have cancelled the last inventory closing. Okay, and we'll try to change the inventory model on item model group. Let's get into system. We will see the FIFO actions and system itself. Okay, so I'm going into the system. We'll navigate to inventory item model groups. So I have already cancelled the recalculation. I will try to change this here. Okay, so because I don't have any active recalculation or closing in system, I am able to change the inventory model on the item model group. Okay, so now these are the inventory transactions, and this is the inventory ledger right now. So here, uh, all this inventory closing related amounts I have uh, made it to zero right now. Okay, we will replace these values with of FIFO cost. Okay, so now in FIFO, what happens? System takes the first inward transaction and then settles it against the first issue transaction. So all the issue transactions are settled first against the first inward transaction. So in this case, my first inward transaction is a purchase transactions of 100 quantity, and amount is 1000 plus 100. Okay, so if you remember on this purchase transaction, in last video we made we posted third party freight charges of 100 bucks. Okay, so we have to include that cost also here. Okay, now let me make a few more fields blank here. I will remove all these fields right now from here. Okay, so now as I said, my first inward transaction is at the rate of uh, 11 rupees, 11 per piece. Okay, my first issue transaction is 10 quantity. So the cost for this 10 quantity should be posted at the rate of 11, because if you see my first inward transaction is 11 rupees per piece. Okay, so here in adjustment, what will happen, or let me put it here, in the first issue transaction MJ002, Okay, my amount will be equal to this quantity into first inward transaction, this amount plus this 100 divided by inward quantity. Okay, so this should be the cost, but system has already posted 101.82. Okay, so there is an adjustment of 8.18. Let me see, for 10 quantity into 11 is 110. Okay, out of this 110, system has already posted 101.82. Okay, so if I reduce this from here, sorry, I should do, I, I made a mistake. 818. Okay, so this is the adjustment. Okay, now if I sum up 8.18 and this, so it is 110 uh, on this particular issue transaction. And the GL accounts which uh, are taken from the movement journal itself. Okay, and the inventory issue account, that is raw material inventory account, gets credit by additional 8.18, and my inventory expenditure loss is getting debited by additional 8.18 due to the people cost. Okay, so now here let me populate these things. First lot is the cost is this plus this divided by 100. Okay, so here I will change my formula to simplify it. I'll remove this also, and take this as a cost at 0.18. Okay, so now from this 100 quantity, the settlement has happened for 10 quantity. Okay, and here the settlement has happened for minus 10 quantity. Okay, for this issue transaction, value open is no, because it is fully settled. Okay, and the settled amount is this amount plus this amount, 110. Okay, here also right now after this transaction, the settled amount is 1, or I can say it is right now 110. Okay, so this is financially closed. Okay, so we are still in process. We are not marking this first inward transaction as financially closed, because it is still pending to be settled against the rest of the transactions. Okay, now next issue transaction is inventory adjustment, which is for 20 quantity. Okay, now for this, the cost will be adjusted from the first receipt transaction itself, and that is 11 bucks per piece. Okay, so here also this 11 into this quantity minus system has already posted this much cost. So here we have 11.24 of additional adjustment. Okay, and the voucher is posted like the second inventory write down transaction. Same set of accounts are taken from the inventory transactions, and inventory is additionally credited by 11.24, and the inventory expenditure loss account is debited by 11.24. Okay, so now the settlement is for first transaction equal to ABS. Okay, so this is settled plus this also settled. This is the settlement right now. This 20 quantity are settled. Value open is no because value is fully settled. Okay, this value is also settled. Okay, and the financially close date for this issue transaction is okay. So now from this 100 quantity, we have already settled 30 quantities, still 70 quantities remaining. Okay, now third issue transaction is for 25 quantity. Now we have 70 quantity left, so this 25 quantity will also be adjusted with from first transaction itself. Okay, so let me mark this as a different color. Yeah, so this lot settlements, these are settled from this 100 quantity. Now for this 25 quantity, the settlement will happen at the rate of 11 rupees itself. 11 into 25 minus the system has already posted a real-time cost of 301.68, so the difference will be posted at this point in time. Okay, so now here if you see the adjustment is in positive. Okay, so it means that my inventory at the time of posting the real-time transaction was credited by excess amount of 26.68. Okay, now it is debited back to my inventory account. Yeah, here's something wrong. Yeah. So here we have a wrong formula. So now because inventory is coming back in my stock, so it is debit, and the loss was debited by excess amount of 26.68. Okay, so it is getting credited into inventory expenditure loss account. Okay, okay, let's handle the settlement also. So here settlement, in settlement I will include this 25 quantity also. This 25 quantity is settled now against the first receipt transaction. The cost is same, and here also I will say absolute value of this plus this plus this. Okay, so 605 is already settled. 605 is settled here. Here also value open is no, and the financially closed date is this. Okay, so parallelly, let us run the inventory closing in system so that we save time. So closing and adjustment. close inventory. I'm closing this inventory at the end of 31st of October. I will keep everything else as it is. Okay, so it is in process. Meanwhile, let's work in Excel. Okay, so now out of this 100 quantity, we have settled this 10, 20, 25. Okay, so the remaining is 100 minus this settled quantity. Okay, so the 45 quantity is still remaining. Now we have a sales transactions of quantity 10. Okay, where the real-time COGS or inventory is issued by 120.67. Okay, so now this 10 quantity will be settled from this lot itself because we have still 45 quantity remaining from the first lot. Okay, so for this sales transaction, again the settlement will happen from the first lot itself into where is that sales transaction 10 quantity, and system has already posted 120.67 as COGS, so it will be minus this is 10.67. Okay, so now the voucher is again here there will be a problem with voucher. Yeah, so 10.67 is getting debited back to inventory. Yeah, so formula is again incorrect here. So inventory is getting debited back, and the cost of goods sold is decreased by 10.67. Okay, okay. Now let's handle this settlement part also. So now this 10 quantity is also settled from the first lot itself. So let's populate this settled quantity. This 10 is also settled from this 10 quantity is settled now. Cost amount is this fully settled 31102021. Okay, so this is one. Now the remaining quantity is 35. Okay, now we have last sales transaction which is worth 70, which is 70 quantity. Now from first lot we have only 35 quantity. Okay, so here at the time of adjustment what will happen, my first 35 quantity, okay, so out of 70, first 35 quantity will have a settlement at the rate of 11. Okay, then after this 100 quantity we have the receipt transaction of 10 quantity. Okay, at the rate of 12. Okay, so next 10 quantity will be settled at the rate of 12. Okay, so 45 is settled. Next inward transaction, we have 10 quantity through inventory adjustment general, which is at the rate of 13 per piece. So 13, 10 quantity. Okay. Now 55 is settled. Now next inward transaction is 50 quantity through inventory counting general at the rate of 15 per piece. Okay. So the remaining quantity now is 15. Okay. So remaining 50 quantity will be settled at the rate of 15. Okay. So my amount will become, sorry, this I have to do minus minus minus. Okay. So first 35 quantity at 11 per piece, second 10 quantity at 12 per piece, third 10 quantity will be settled at 13, and remaining 15 quantity settled at the rate of 15. Okay, so this is the amount. Now for this sales transaction, the issue cost should be sum of this. Okay, but system has already posted the adjustment of 844.71 on this. So system will post a negative 15.29 on this particular transaction. Okay, so now here if you see, I have a closing stock of 35 and the last transaction. Okay, but before doing that, let us do the settlement part first. So now this 70 quantity, okay, is getting settled from first lot also, second, third, fourth also. Okay, so what will happen here? Settle quantity will be plus 35. So enter 100 quantities settled. Okay, then from this lot, 10 quantities settled, correct? And the settlement amount is 110. From here, entire 10 quantities settled, and the cost is sorry. So this will also be included here. So the entire 100 quantity is settled, and the settled amount is right now less than, but we are updating it. Okay, let me change something. Okay, so now this is settled. This should be sum of everything. No, this should be sum of amount plus adjustment. Okay, this is also settled. 130. This is also settled, but not fully. Okay, so from this lot only 15 quantities settled. Okay, so 15 quantities settled, and the cost amount is only like cost amount plus adjustment divided by 50 into my settled quantity. Only 2 to 5 settled from this particular lot. Okay, now from this all 70 quantity are settled. Okay, settlement amount is 860. Okay, out of this 385 is settled from this. Okay, so here we'll add this particular value. So entire 1100 for 100 quantity is settled now. So here value open is no now, and financially close this. Okay, second transaction is also settled. Okay, uh, at 120. Okay, so now this should be actually equal to this. So this is also settled. Value open is no. Financially closed is 31102021. Okay. From this third lot also entire 10 quantity is settled. Okay. So this is also equal to this. No. 31st 10 2021. Out of this 50 quantity, only 15 quantity is settled, and 225 of amount is settled. Okay, so this I can say is minus this. Okay, here because this is not fully settled right now. Okay, here value open will remain yes, because both value and quantity are not settled completely. This lot is open, and any further issue transactions which will happen in future will be settled first from this particular transaction. Okay, so now here there will be no financially closed date in this case. In last sales transaction, okay, the value open will be no, because entire 70 quantity and cost is settled against multiple receipt transactions. Okay, so now here also financially closes 202. Okay, so now here if you see, this is from second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, so I can say this is price, quantity, and amount. First last sales transactions. Okay, so the total amount is minus sum of this. So 70 is settled, and the amount is sum of, oh my god, sum of this all 860. Now for this last transaction, okay, 15.29 is additionally credited from the inventory. So let's see if the formula is correct or not. Yeah, correct. So additional 15.29 is getting credited from inventory and the COGS is increased by 15.29. Yeah, correct. Now, for this margin calculation, since our COGS is reduced now, okay. So in this case, my cost value is getting reduced. Actually, it is getting reduced. Okay, so my contribution ratio is increased. So my profit has increased in this case. But in last transaction, if we see, it is adding. So initially the contribution ratio was 59.78. Let me see here also what was the contribution. 58.82 in weighted average. Now it is 59.05 in FIFO. Okay. So now let's check this into system. So if we see here, this is the inventory ledger for this particular item, GTRM03. Okay, so here if we see the closing stock is 35 quantity and amount is 525, which is valued at 15 rupees. So here in settlement, if we see the last receipt transaction, which is not fully settled, is valued at 15. So my closing stock is valued at the last receipt transaction. Sorry. Okay. So yeah. So now let's get into system. Okay. So let's see what system has done. That's taking so much of time. Last transaction in my last video, uh, that the adjustment. So in weighted average, actually all the adjustment were posted in negative, where the inventory, while posting the real-time transaction, the inventory was uh, credited by less amount. Okay, so there everything was negative. Okay, but in weighted average valuation method also, this can be positive and inventory can come back and your profit and loss or cost of goods sold can be reduced. Okay, so in FIFO we have seen that. So in these two transactions, actually while posting the real-time transaction, the cost was less, the inventory was issued with less amount, but as per FIFO, it should be more. So it is a credit to inventory and debit to profit and loss account. But if you see these two transaction, one is counting general and second one is sell order transaction, where the initial at the time of posting original transaction, okay, the inventory was issued with higher amount. So now the inventory is getting debited back and my COGS or cost of goods sold or inventory profit and loss is getting reduced. Okay, but in last sales transaction, if you see there is a negative transaction, so inventory is getting credited by more amount, some additional amount, and COGS is getting increased. Okay, so now once the issue gets resolved, okay, what we will do, we will analyze what transactions are posted during the recalculation. Okay, so in FIFO, unlike weighted average, there are no virtual transactions like this. Okay, because in weighted average system creates a virtual receipt transaction and a virtual issue transaction, and against a virtual issue transaction, system settles all the receipt transactions including opening stock and transactions, receipt transaction during the period uh, with this. Okay, right now when we are doing all these calculations, we are not considering inventory marking. Okay, inventory marking is a concept which actually, say for example, you are having a weighted average valuation method, but for some sales transactions you want to mark it with the exit purchase transactions and calculate the COGS for that transactions accurately and map it with the invert transaction. So while calculating weighted average, system ignores all the marked transactions. Okay, and it only includes all the transactions which are financially updated, like GR product receipts which are invoice, and the adjustment are also posted on issue transactions which are financially updated, like packing slips are invoiced on sales order, production orders uh, which are ended, and if it is ended then only on picking list transactions the adjustment are posted. uh, but in FIFO, it's not like that. If on item model group you have uh, selected include physical cost amount checkbox, then if any packing slip which is not invoice, there also the adjustment happens. Okay, but not that those adjustment are not posted into this adjustment column. Okay, they are posted into inventory settlement table. Okay, and they are directly summed up into the physical cost amount. So generally what we believe is physical cost amount never changes, but that's not the fact. Okay, in FIFO, LIFO and LIFO date inventory valuation methods, okay, even if your transaction is not physically updated, then also the FIFO settlement happens on those transactions. Not settlements, but cost adjustment happens. Okay, now let's have one more break. Let me see if that environment related issue is resolved or not. Just a second. Hello, so the inventory closing is executed. Now let us see what has happened and how system has posted the adjustment transactions. So I will just copy the item from the Excel sheet. For this, very first thing, we'll analyze the accounting voucher. So if you see COGS raw materials is getting increased by 4.62. So if we see this last two transaction, so the difference is 4.62. The additional inventory is getting credited, and COGS is getting increased by 2.62. Okay, and the inventory is getting credited. COGS is increased by this much amount. Okay, now for this first movement general inventory write down, okay, whatever adjustment has been posted, it is 8.18. So this 8.18, okay, is debited to the inventory expenditure loss account, which was selected while posting, while entering the movement journal as offset account. Okay, and the other adjustment, this amount 15.44 is coming back into inventory, and the loss arising out of RM write down is getting decreased by 15.44. Okay, so that is getting decreased, and sum of all this adjustment is going into my posting type inventory issue. So if I sum this 7.26 is coming back into inventory. Okay, so this is the analysis of accounting voucher of recalculation. Okay, so here I have shown you the entire breakdown, okay, for the demo purpose. But while closing the inventory or recalculating the inventory, system is not posting in that way. Okay, uh, it sums up if the GL accounts are filled on the transactions and by posting time. Okay, so now this is the analysis of accounting voucher. Now let's see what a settlement system has posted. So if you go to settlement form, you will filter that particular item number. Okay, so if you see, this is the first transaction, okay, which is write down using movement journal. So it is 8.18. Second one is inventory adjustment write down. It is 11.24. Third one is sales order transaction. It is 10.67. Okay. Fourth one is counting journal, which is 26.68. 26.68. Yeah. And last but not least is this breakdown. So if you see, system has posted this all transactions on same sales order. If I filter out this sales order, which is my last sales order, okay, so it has posted 37.35 there on last sales order. It is posted only that much of transactions. Is there something wrong? Yeah, let me filter this by sales order. Okay, so if we see, we export this into Excel. This sum of 4.62. Yeah, so we are summing up by, so these are the transactions. On first sales order transaction we have 10.67. Okay, uh, the inventory is coming back, and on second sales order we have settlement from 4 lots. Okay, so that is 15.29. So if we sum this up, 15.29 inventory is getting credited, and uh, the COGS is getting increased. Okay, so because for this sales order, the settlement has happened from 4 different receipt transactions, so system has posted the differences accordingly. Okay, now let's analyze inventory transactions in system. Mhm. Comparison reports. Now to copy this item number. Okay, so not sure whether I'm getting from the same. Okay, so now this is the write down transaction. If we see inventory settlements, okay, so this is the cancellation of weighted average closing. Okay, so 8.18 is posted on this particular transactions. 8.18. Okay, if we see transaction details, this transaction is financially closed. Adjustment is of 8.18. Okay, and the value open. Where is value open? Yeah, quantity is settled fully, and let me search value. So here, let me add in this list itself. Financial cost, physical cost. Physical date, financial date, adjustment, then amount settled, settled quantity, value open, financially closed. These are the fields which I want for the analysis purpose. So if you see for first transaction entire 100 quantities settled, value open is no, and financially closed is. So just a second, let me bring this financially closed at the end. Okay, amount settled. Yep. Okay, and cost amount. What is cost amount? Yeah, done. Okay. So entire 100 quantities settled. 1100 total amount is settled. Value open is no, and this date is closed. So you can compare these things with our workings. So only one transaction remains open, which is this uh, 50 quantity inventory adjustment. So let's see that. So it is open. There is no financial close date. Okay, amount is only settled 225. Okay, only 15 quantity settled from this lot, and against this transactions receipt transaction value is open, which will be settled against further receipt issue transactions in future. Okay, so you can compare this. Now let's see what inventory aging is showing. So I will execute the report as on 31st October for a particular item. So I already have everything ready because we executed this report earlier. It should come up anytime. Yeah. If we see the view details, on hand quantity is 35, on hand value is 525, which is matching with our working, and average cost is 15. Okay. Let's see the inventory ledger. Inventory ledger will have too many values because we cancelled the weighted average inventory closing. So the reversal transactions will also be there, and the FIFO transactions will also be there. Inventory value report storage. You create the new report, select the ID running for this. To run this report for this particular date, 1st October to 31st October. That's it. This will run in background. Oh, that's too much actually. Yeah. So all this transaction, like opening balance is 0. So let me take this into Excel. Remove the transactions which we posted earlier. Okay, so if I sort by this transaction timestamp, okay, then everything which I have posted right now. Yeah. So from here to up to this, okay, these are, because if you see, this is becoming 0. Okay, so this all are uh, the adjustment posted at the time of weighted average inventory closing, and these are the reversal of those transactions. So I'm removing it for right now for the analysis purpose. Okay, so now if you see what is my closing inventory as per this statement is 35. What is my closing value? It should be 525. Right. Now this laser is also showing uh, same thing which we have prepared manually here. So if you want to see, 8.18 is this transaction, and 11.24, 26.68, 10.67, and 15.29. Where is 15.29? This one. Okay, so the opening stock is 0, and rest all are my transactions. Okay. So here also we have not included more complications where like inventory marking, where if we want to settle a specific transaction from specific inward transaction. In case of trading, it is mostly required where we have received ordered in emergency and we are getting it on emergency basis from vendor at higher cost, and you we want to track the exact cost contribution or revenue arising out of that sales order. Okay, so in that case, we can mark that. We can use direct delivery kind of purchase order, sales order, and purchase order also, but we'll discuss that later in upcoming videos. Okay, so that's it for this particular video. So if you have enjoyed this, or if this video has helped you to gain some more knowledge in core financial regarding inventory in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation, then kindly subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification icon so that next time whenever a new video is uploaded or whenever I am live, you will get the notification. Uh, if this video has helped you, like it, share it with your friends. Uh, okay, bye bye. Thank you.